Well, now, we're coming from Air Force One that's on the ground. Yep, Air Force One is on the ground sometimes. Called a house that you pay for through the government with a mortgage. I just think I'm on Air Force One all the time. This is a Larry Michelson show. I talk about whatever comes into my mind, which usually isn't a lot. But I even have a friend, Michael, who's like my son. And he said, "Where'd you get the name Michelson?" I said, "You got it from nowhere." I think children come that way too. I don't know. I don't know. This is the second Larry Michelson show, and we're trying real hard to get the lighting right. That's why I bought a lamp at a yard sale, and it's a really expensive lamp. It costs $2. They wanted to give it to me for free, but I said I can't use the barter system yet. I'll give you a sandwich. He said, just give me $2 so I can buy some dog food. And I said, I'll feed your dog. All I got is eggs at home. He says, that's fine. Just give me the shells. Not the shotgun shells, just the shells. That's a fucked up way to feed a dog. Well, that's another story for another day. Today's show consists of me teaching the rules of drinking and drugging. It's a serious question that a lot of people have to deal with. First of all, if you want to be reasonably sane and healthy, you don't do either of them. You just drink this stuff. Called water. This is a special kind of Fiji. I don't know what it means. Some place in Japan. I don't know. I just drink it. It's not vodka, it's water. And actually, if you're drunk enough walking around a party, you carry a bottle of this, everybody thinks you're drinking vodka. Like, it looks like this. And it tastes real good. You don't smell like a bar room, and you can smoke. You know what? This show, I think I'm allowed to smoke. I know it's against all the rules of conversation. Well, most people talk about smoking like it's a crime. 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 But you know what? It's just something like this. It looks sexy to it. I don't. Well, I can't talk about what do we. Well, it's hard to get the lighter on a cigarette when you're looking in the camera. That's why actors get paid so much. They gotta look at the cigarette and light it instead of searching for it on while they're being filmed. You never knew that one. Well, I learned that one when I was being filmed right now. Okay. Here's the water. First rule. You drink water and you eat. You're okay. You got it made. You're saving money. You can even drink tap water. If you got a house, you can go to the bathroom when you want. My situation is I get too messed up. I wind up in Togus, where I bought the hat. And I'm not really in the Air Force, but they'll sell you the hat, and I can act like it. I bought these sunglasses in the dollar store. They look pretty good. Look pretty military. I am a veteran, but who knows? I could be a SEAL. No, not the walrus. Okay, that's a whole nother story from the Beatles. But one thing I want to be grateful for today is that my lights are on, my computer. We got electricity. That's a big one here up here in the state of Maine, in Dixfield. Some people off the grid. Now, I don't mind playing board games, but that's all you do off the grid is play board games. You can see stacks of board games for forever. The view is nice if it's sunny out. I really don't know. because I've never been off the grid except for a couple hours when I was sleeping by myself or with a woman. I'm off the grid. It's that simple. Here's the next rule to drinking. If you're gonna start out drinking, this is a nice brand. It's green, so it shows you how you're gonna lose the money. I can't show the label because then I'd have to pay them everything that I bought the beer with. This is beer. This is a green can, and green is a whole other story. Green lights, green other things that you smoke. That's for later on in the show, but right now, this is a green beer can. This is how you drink. Now, there's 3 steps to opening a can. Let me smoke it. Let me take a drag of my cigarette. 3 steps. First, you walk over to it, put your hand on it, and 3 steps. You hear the click? That means it's open. The can is open. No foam coming out this time. This means this can was resting for a while. Resting in the refrigerator cold. You understand that? Let me repeat. Resting in the refrigerator cold. A lot of people like warm beer, probably because they couldn't find the refrigerator the day before. So they sit there drinking warm beer and then they get used to it. Then they say, I really like warm beer. I only have a couple. I like them cold. And if you don't have a refrigerator, you should watch a whole nother show about that. That's financial shit. Okay. I'm actually hooked up to power in my house, like most people are. I can go off the grid anytime I want. Like just shit the circuit breaker. But other people have to have generators and shit like that. And light a candle, hit your circuit breaker, shut off the whole panel, you're off the grid. I could show you, but that's going to take a while. I don't have that much time for the show. Okay, so I give you the first 3 steps to drinking. Walk to it, grab it. This is the tab, see? There's a tab on it. Open it. I might need another cigarette for this next part of the show. I should get an ashtray, but since this is my house, I just go like that. Make sure there's no fire. Stomp out the ashes, which ain't on fire, and everybody's yelling, there's gonna be a fire. It's only ashes that come off the cigarette. Unless you got some kind of special cigarettes. And then you'll see a fire visual. Okay. This is what the 4th step. The 5th step. Now that was actually tasty. And when I drink, I usually take my time. There's no rush for anything. Phones can ring. People can come and go. Women can be here in my bed or not. I can fold clothes. I don't even have to leave the house. If I don't want to, I can. You know, I have a lot of friends who drink. I got a guy that drinks when he gets up at 8 o'clock in the morning, drinks till the sun goes down, drinks till he goes to bed, wakes up, does it all over again. And he doesn't have a problem. And it's not my problem to fix. And I don't fix problems like that. They're going to fix themselves. Time for another sip. Just so I can be reminded of that. Now, I like one beer once in a while, which is a good thing. It means I'm not an alcoholic. I've been to AA for 20 years. Did a good job. Helped a lot of people. They tell me I helped them. But I don't drink for effect. I drink for taste. Taste only. It does nothing for me other than the taste. If you believe that, I'll have another cigarette. Now, smoking's also in the drug classification. A lot of people don't like smoking. Don't be around it. Is it that simple? If I'm in my house and I'm smoking and you don't like cigarettes, I'm not leaving. I am going to smoke. You don't like it? You can leave. I pay the bills here. I can even smoke outside on my own property. The air that's around my house will circulate it very well. I even have air conditioning running once in a while. And I got to clean the filter. It's probably filled with nicotine. I'll sell it at half price. I don't know. It's all good points of view. Now, there's one mistake a lot of people make, putting their cigarettes out in their beer. They go like this, and then they drink it. Well, that's a whole healthcare issue. Probably why a lot of people ain't making it for a couple of days. See how much importance there is to drinking? There's another gastric thing that happens called a burp. Now, in most countries, if you burp and you just ate food, it's a good thing. I like to burp after I have beer. Yeah. After I have some beer. Which to me says whoever made the beer is doing a great job. Because there's just a lot of air in it. I'm looking for an ashtray, but I'll just put it out right here. Because I'm such a good housekeeper, I just have women come over and pick this shit up. It's a nice plastic table. Most ashtrays are made out of plastic. I have a PA system sitting right here. I don't buy home stereos. I work with PAs. I'm a musician. So the best sound system is a PA system. And I'm staying on track here because I just had 3 sips of beer. Now, if you get undressed when you're drinking, that can be another problem. I had a friend like that in Hoboken, New Jersey, who always stripped down when he was a man. I don't know if the women liked it. I saw a few guys run. He was a big dude, and he starts swinging at you. But that's a story for another day. Now, if you get thirsty while you're watching, just go out and buy some beer. For you, not for anyone else. Because that's another whole set of another problems when you start buying alcohol for people who don't pay you back. Or they say, can I have a sip of your beer? Now, that's crossing a big boundary. I've been a counselor for a while to alcoholics. Don't cross that boundary. I've had women say, can I have a sip? And I said, no, I'm not like that. But I'll say, I'll buy you a beer. And all of a sudden you're best friends, and then she'll fight with you at the end of the night. I don't know. What I like to do is once in a while, grab the water just to quench my thirst, because the beer will make me thirsty. There's a lot of salt in it. But then it looks like I'm drinking beer and vodka. And the phone will ring. I told you, this show, people calling in already. People will be calling in already. Let's listen to conversation, see who calls. I have an answering machine. Oh, shit. I don't know if it was you or not because it's a different number, but I have a kid in the car. You know, kids are kids, right? So I apologize if you heard this message. Call me back. I hope you're okay. I don't know if you're going to the hospital or no, and how's the kid going? For Christ's sake! What the fuck you doing? Come back! The guy's dying of cancer and you fuck it up. I'm so sorry. He's a kid. I don't know what's going on. He got a bad mother. I mean, mother doesn't. I'm sorry, man. I hope you're okay, man. I'm sorry. Okay? Talk to you later, okay? See, these are the kind of random phone calls I get on my show. I'm Larry Michelson during the show. I don't know who Lorenzo is. And sounds like there's an issue there, something about smoking pot in a car with kids and yelling at a woman who's deaf and she don't know how to talk back. I know the dude, but I can't say nothing now. It's all recorded anyway. I try to tell these people everything's recorded, but they don't listen. And now it's recorded and on film. I know the dude's name. See what happens with beer. I know the dude's name. A lot of people know him in town. He has a flashy car. This is what happens when you drink. So be careful. Is there any more explanations? I mean, we can sit here. I'm just going to sit here for a while and be quiet. And this isn't rehearsed or anything. You couldn't write this stuff. The script has been out the window, right next to the clothesline at my other house. That's where the script is, if you know what I mean. I really have nothing better to do than to talk to whoever's listening, and Air Force One is a nice place to be. I have this tendency to walk around town and give out roses once in a while. I say, how would you like a rose? Wow, who are you? I'm Larry Michelson. Have a rose. Buy them. I bought him clothes to return at Walmart. And I bought roses while I was there, and while I'm waiting for them to check out the clothes, and I bought a pack of cigarettes to smoke outside, I gave out a few roses. Why? Let me see. Why? Why? Because what a nice thing to do. From a guy who drinks beer and drinks water, smokes cigarettes. I actually had enough money to buy food today. There's one of them burps that came up. Feels good. Nothing better than that. I'm not a slob. I could have said, excuse me, or try to make believe it didn't happen. It's a lot better to just be open about this shit. So we'd be, he doesn't drink. He's a closet drinker. I should have hidden all out of the house. I go in the refrigerator. You want one? I might be losing out on the deal, but then usually somebody brings over some pot. So it's kind of like a give and take thing. I got some beer. You got some pot. I don't smoke it. Give it to the women. Have a good time. And I'm single. No kids. I'm smart that way. It doesn't mean I don't have children. I have 2 stepchildren who I love very much. But I don't like to be around them when they're adults. They don't like to be around. Well, when they're kids, they think it's all funny. They get to be adults. Oh, geez, here he comes again. I don't know. I just try to live my life, live it in order. Order. You notice how quiet it is here, and I just get these phone calls from people that have problems. And I was due to go to Togus and get my shots, and I feel reasonably comfortable with myself. If I thought about it, I could get anxious, depressed, emotionally unstable. I could be on the wrong meds, be on the right ones. Forget about the meds, but I'm young enough that I'm not geriatric. I know what meds I have to take. Nobody has to come in and give me meds. I can take them on my own. I can drive my own car. And, I mean, it's 19 minutes this video's been on. I haven't even drank a whole beer yet. which sounds to me like I got this thing licked. I don't know. Maybe it's time for some more water. I like the sound of that word licked. This is actually vodka. See, I had you going there for a while. A Fiji's water? No, I put vodka in a bottle. You see how tricky drinking can get? Because everybody wonders what you're doing. If they just ask you, you can tell them. And then you lie to them. And when the whole thing starts all over again, that's why you got to drink the next morning. Oh, that son of a bitch lied to me last night about the water in the Fiji bottle. It was actually vodka, and it's actually water. You know, that's the way situations happen. Why? I don't know. Let's see if the phone rings again. It might even be a girl this time. I really don't know, and I really don't care. I'm having a good time drinking a beer at my house. And my lights are on. All my bills are paid. It's the end of the month, and I still got money. Did you hear that one, folks? Still got money. Now, about this time of the month, everybody's scrambling for whatever change they have, what they can sell, and I got plenty of money. I really enjoy my cigarettes. Matter of fact, I make them look good. Cigarette companies should pay me to smoke, and they are pretty soon. They'll allow anybody who'll smoke to smoke, and they'll film them. That's the whole point of view I have. They'll even come in and clean up my ashes if I want them to. Whether or not they want to is up to them, but I can make a statement like this on the internet, and possibly they could really want to even maybe give me a new table for putting my cigarettes out on the plastic. Not causing a fire. I'll spit on it before I get done. Okay. So getting back to the show, it's 23 minutes and 4 seconds. Give me a comment, See, ask me, tell me your thoughts on drinking. It's not that complicated. I'm sure there's plenty of opinions about drinking, probably more about opinions about drinking than about the president or the whole world. Yeah. It's a pretty good subject that when I was in the bathroom, going to the bathroom, what should I talk about today? Drinking. I don't want to get into the whole thing about drinking and driving, what's the pros and cons. It's about having a drink. The main word with drinking is time. You should have a lot of time to drink with no one yelling at you, no fit. That's why I live alone. That's why I don't got children. I can drink, spend some time here at home, and that's the American way. Let everybody else do everything, and I can sit here and drink. It's cool, ain't it? It's better than being a rock star. I play music, but I wanted to have a beer today. And I'm having one, which makes it a glorious day. I could say my prayers right now, but I'm not. The prayer is here. And I'm thinking about a cigarette now. And maybe some more vodka, which is actually water, depending on your opinion. And I'm comfortable with myself. I have no mental problems. There's no cops at the door. As a matter of fact, there might be a few more phone calls later on, but I don't even answer. Let the answer. That's what the answer machine is made for. Everybody says that's old school. I can sit right here listen to all the bullshit. Not even have to get up. So answer machines. Everybody's using this, cutting off their voicemail. It was made for a purpose. You can listen to the bullshit and decide whether you want to talk back to it or just delete it. Or I don't even have a phone at this point because I don't want to be bothered. I mean, I got a phone right there, landline, that nobody can steal. They can steal the phone, but the landline's going to be there for a while. People steal my phones. And I just call up randomly my old phone numbers and leave messages to people who want to hear them, and they understand what I'm talking about, or they don't, or they're confused, or how do you get the number? I didn't know I had his phone, and then they would give it back to you because they don't want to give me my phone back. That's a problem. You know, I want to give the military salute to all the services, Air Force included. Maybe I'll be on Air Force One someday. I really don't know. It doesn't matter to me. I'm drinking a beer right now, which is the most important. Any military man should be able to sit down and have a beer in his own home and just be able to do that. That's the American way. And I don't miss not having a family. I mean, I have family, my own just nieces, nephews, and that's fine. I don't particularly care about being around them all the time. They don't want to be around me all the time. And, you know, when you look at things in a positive point of view, that's a good thing, I think. At Christmas time, I make my own turkey and I have fun. Let's just say that. And I'm going to cut it off at 30 minutes, which gives me about 2 minutes to talk exactly. And here's one for the road, folks. I'll see you around.